Greetings, everyone. I hope all of you are doing well within your space and time. Now, of course, within all of our world, sometimes there's so much that we have to do that we forget to do those things that are important to us, and also to make just time for us, right? To relax, to mingle with those who are like-minded, and so on and so forth. So I'm coming to you live from the Meta Center. This is Tony Vortex. And so this summer, we have quite a few different events, and I'm going to go over each one and what each one is going to, how it's going to benefit each one of us. And so I hope to see many of you at these events. And so we'll start with the first one here. All of these events do have a registration deadline, so just be conscientious of that. And so you want to make sure that if you are interested in coming to these events, that you do whatever those prerequisites or so on and so forth are with each one. And I'm going to go over each one here. The first event here is completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's called Superior Wellness 2024 and Beyond. Okay. This event will take place on Saturday, May 18th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, that's Saturday, May 18th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's an approximate. Of course, if we go over, it just is what it is. We're going to be covering quite a few topics. Of course, many that are not even here on the flyer. But for example, why am I not well? Empowering the reproductive system, obesity, the nature of disease, vitality secrets. These are my vitality secrets that keep me youthful and able to do what I do at my age and so forth. And so many of you could benefit from that, whether you're younger or maybe older. Stress management 2024 and beyond. Okay. We know a lot of people are under stress, and that's a whole nother topic in itself, but we all know about that. And there are many reasons for it. There are many more reasons that will become. And so it's extremely important for us as a community to know how to literally deal with stress, how to mitigate stress, how to lessen how stress affects us, and so on and so forth. Many of you have been listening to me for many years, okay? And you know, no matter what's taking place, because I'm here with you all as well. I mean, things are taking place in or around my life, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm always balanced. You don't hear me. I get more annoyed when people, especially adults, act a certain way when they don't have to, more than anything else. But you don't hear me stressing out or anything like that, no matter how stressful the situation may be. And so there's reasons for that. It's training that took place to bring that to that level. All right. And so I'm going to show you, we're going to get into these conversations of those things and so on and so forth. Okay. And we're going to get into much more. All right. So again, that is Saturday, May 18th. You want to go on the website, register for it. This is at the Meta Center only. It's going to be recorded, but it's not going to be live. Okay, so if you want to be a part of the live audience, I suggest many of you do, because sometimes discussions happen that are not on that video that is put up on YouTube or on the member site, so on and so forth. Register for it on the website. The next one here. So this is the next event. This is the Cahokia Mounds. Okay, we're going from the Meta Center down to almost St. Louis. It's about a 3.5, 4-hour trip down there. We have a expert from the museum who's going to take us on a tour of the mounds, explaining the history of them and so on and so forth. And from that point, of course, we're going to have other activities we're going to be doing together. And then at a certain point, we're going to make that trip back to Chicago. This is purposely a one-day event. Okay, this is one of our many just one-day events. We go somewhere in the area, we learn, we enjoy each other's company, and then we end up coming back. All right, so we're gonna leave out from the Meta Center at around 8 a.m. and we'll be back sometime around maybe 8, 9 p.m. and that's an approximate. It's not a rush. Okay, we're not going to rush. We're going to relax, and we're going to enjoy not only the community energy that we always have when we come together, but also just the learning activities that will be taking place. Okay, and so for those who book this, we'll be having some calls to just kind of go over some things as well. Now, the registration for this, it's not on the flyer. Let me pull that up real quick, you all. So, okay, so I'm back here. All right, so the registration ends for this particular trip, which is exploring the lost city of Cahokia, the Mound builders, is May 15th. Okay, so you want to pay for this ticket by May 15th, the evening of May 15th. After that, it is not possible, as certain plans. I need to know exactly how many people at that time so I can make certain plans and then solidified at that point. Okay, so May 15th is when the registration ends, and that's for our travels and all of that to exploring the lost city of Cahokia. All right, so that should be very exciting. Many of us have been there many times, but it's going to be very exciting to do this together and enjoy the history and the community. So I look forward to seeing you all there. The next event here, this would be on the Friday, July 12th. Okay, Friday, July 12th. And this is the 1893 Chicago World's Fair Tour. Now, we did do this tour last year. So for those who did come last year, this is the same tour. For those who did not make it for whatever reason, well, we're doing the tour again, okay? And so if you are interested in the tour, again, it's the 1893 Chicago World's Fair Tour, Secrets of the Old World, okay? We will leave from the Meta Center at around 11 a.m. We will return at approximately 4 p.m. Again, it's not going to be a rush. We'll be taking our time, enjoying each other's company, and visiting each of these sites in detail. Okay, and so, of course, I will be your guide, and it's going to be some good times. Okay, so that is the 1893 Chicago World's Fair Tour. The registration for that is by June 15th. Okay, you have to register if you're interested by June 15th so that we can do what we need to do on our end. Now, on Saturday, July 13th, okay, this is the Superhuman Trainings 1 through 6 revisited. And so what this is that many of you know, pretty much almost for the last 9 or so years, we've been doing superhuman trainings. And each one has been going deep, either into the mind, body, or spiritual practices that are ancient in origin, many of them anyway. And these allow you to power up. They allow glimpses into the beyond the beyond. And we got into portals opening and so on and so forth. Let me give you some ideas of what a portal opening is, when certain opportunities or situations are going to occur that have yet to appear at all. There's even sometimes no evidence of it appearing at all. And it allows those who are present to do whatever it is that they feel they may need to do. For example, some people who are in the stock markets, for example, because people know how accurate we can be, they use that to trade certain stocks and get into certain commodities and things of this nature. You know what I'm saying? They made lots of money doing that because they knew ahead of time what was to take place. Now, this is not about that. This is about, again, the mind, body, and spirit. It's not about investing, okay, or anything like that. But people have utilized that knowledge for that, okay? So I'm taking the top topics from the Superhuman Trainings 1 through 6, and this is going to be a one all-day session. Now, many of you already know about this, and you know we don't offer this anymore, okay? Only thing we offer this is in a one-to-one format, which is $1,500 if you want to do it one-on-one, okay? And it's still an all-day, and it's the same information, right? So this is a chance to be able to get the information needed, because this will allow you to partake in other programs and things that we offer. Because why? Why is this so important to have it, to do this go through the training? So it allows, when we get into other kinds of programs that we have, it's a certain base level, foundation level of knowledge I expect you to have. And so it puts us all on the same accord with that. So if I'm mentioning certain things about focus, when I'm mentioning saying, okay, it's time to power up the body, it's not, okay, why do we need to power up the body? Or how do we need to power up the body? Or what happens when we power up the body? All these types of questions are answered in the training, right? And you'll see firsthand how the body is powered up, because I have you do tests. And those of you who came before know what I'm talking about. I have you do tests so you can see firsthand for yourself with your own eyes how you just powered up the body, okay, with actual results, okay? So because of that, we don't have to repeat things. So we can move further and deeper into certain sessions and so on and so forth. So this is going to be, again, Saturday, July 13th. It's going to go from 11 a.m. to approximately 6 p.m. If it goes later, it is what it is, but we'll be all within that period of time. The cost is $250. You have to register for this by June 15th. Okay, so June 15th again, you have to register for this if you are interested. For this one, refreshments and dinner will be provided, okay, for the Superhuman Training. Okay, so we're going to learn the top topics from each Superhuman Training in this accelerated class. Advanced topics of discussion concerning the mysteries behind the third and fourth dimensions. Secret techniques of powering the physical, mental, and spiritual bodies. Psionic projections. We're going to get into, this is a little bit add-on, since there's no point in going over necessarily in great detail the old portals, even though we will get into it. We're going to get into some new portals, okay? Some of you have become pretty, again, rich. Some of you have been able to protect your family in a deeper way than everything else due to the discussions dealing with the portals and stuff like that. So we're going to get into the portals of dealing with the years 2025 through 2030. Okay, so you, for those interested in that, again, for prosperity, wellness, and family, okay, you want to be there for that. Using metaphysics for influential connections, okay. So influencing, enhancing the connections around you using metaphysical techniques, and of course, much, much, much more. If you came to the sessions before, it's half the price. Okay, so of course, I'm going to look it up and verify this. But if you have come to a Superhuman Training 1 through 6 previously, then it's half the price to attend this again. Okay, the last major event this year that is the Superhuman 2024. Okay, now this is not the 1 through 6 training that I just discussed. Okay, this is the Superhuman. This is a self-enclosed event, very superhuman in nature. We're going to be getting deep into the mind. Okay, psychic abilities, how they work, but not from the very surface level. You know, we're mind mapping live, so you're going to see how the brain waves change, and when we make certain focal points, how the brain waves shift and go into a different direction, and so on and so forth. You're going to see firsthand how this works. Okay, here at the Meta Center, we're going to get into sensory deprivation tanks, neuroscience and behavioral psychology experiments and classes. Okay, again, we're going to be doing experiments to enhance certain psionic abilities or clairvoyance and so forth, and much more. All right, so for this one here, for the Superhuman 2024, it's $400. It's split into 2 payments. Okay, 2 payments of $200 a piece. The first payment of this is due by April 30th. Okay, that's only a little over a week from now. Okay, so the first payment is due April 30th, everyone. Okay, that's your deposit. After that, then to finalize your ticket, that's due by June 30th. Okay, June 30th, and also your prerequisite. And you say prerequisite? Yes, there's a prerequisite to this. You have to volunteer for 1 day. It could be at a homeless shelter. It can be at an animal rescue place. It could be at a what do you call it? A food kitchen, feeding the homeless. It has to be something very much like that. Okay, if you have a question, if what you're going to do is okay for this, then of course you can just call. Okay, and I will let you know. We'll talk about it if that what you have planned is okay to do your prerequisite for this. But that is a requirement. Okay, everybody who will be attending this event has done that 1 day of community service. All right, so this is going to be a deep one. All right, it's going to be extremely deep as we get deep into it. And for those who will be attending, you already know how we go. And so I look forward to seeing you here. Oh, yeah, let me mention this too. This is a 2-day event. So Superhuman 2024 is a 2-day event. The first day, we are doing the deprivation tanks. We're going to be going to this other place and going deep into the behavior science and neuroscience, psychology classes and experiments. And you're going to learn deeply how your mind works and also how humans' minds work. Okay. Of course, we're going to be collectively all together doing what we do and going out to eat and all that good stuff too. So it's going to be a good time for all of us together. But on the next day, okay, which is that Saturday, we're going to be spending all day at the center going deep into the mind, and you're going to see things firsthand that you've never seen before. That's it for now. I was thinking of even another event this summer. This is so much to do, but I know a lot of things are happening. I want to make sure that everybody is able to attend. So with that, if any questions or concerns or comments come up, you can leave it in the down below of this video, or you can just give me a call at 708-668-4909 or toll free 888-969-6465. Okay, so appreciate all of you all. Let's get it in for 2024. This is the human. It's extremely important this year that you power up. I keep mentioning that. Again, you all know how spot on we are. Okay, so I really suggest that you power up this year and take advantage of any of those opportunities that allow you to power up. Okay, with that, that's it for now. Until the next time we speak, take care.